Hey guys, today I'm doing a book haul. I had already filmed this video, but my camera SD card wasn't working right and it didn't film it. So I got a new SD card and it seems to be working just fine, so I'm going to attempt to refilm this now. I bought myself 15 books for Christmas. I bought 12 of them from Book Outlet and 3 of them at the bookstore. So I'm just going to go through them, maybe say a little bit about them, and then that's about it, because it's a lot of books. It'll be a really long video. But, let's see, I will start with The Rest of Us Just Live Here by Patrick Ness. All I really know about this one is it's not about the chosen one. It's like about his sidekick or something, or his best friend. So I actually don't really know anything about this, other than it's a Patrick Ness book, and I've heard a lot of good things about it. So, I bought it. I'm really excited to read it. Next, I got 2 books in a series. I've got The Night of the Soul Stealer and The Attack of the Fiend. This is book 3 and book 4 in the Last Apprentice series by Joseph Delaney. So I have the first 2 books in like a combined book. And this is what the Seventh Son movie is based off of, is these books. Actually, the first book, which was very inaccurate since I've read it. I really enjoy these books. It's about this kid named Tom, who is the 7th son of a 7th son, so it gives him some special abilities. Like, he's a lot stronger than a regular guy, and he's, yeah, he's stronger. I don't know exactly, it's been a while. But he's also the son of a witch, and so he has the ability to see the future. And I don't know specifically what these 2 books are about, other than it's about him being the apprentice of Master Gregory. They call him the Spook. They hunt down demons and monsters and witches and stuff, and it's very good. It's good. I like this series. I think there's upwards of 13 books in it, so, and they're all very large like this. So, yes, but I do really like the first 2 books, so I'm going to enjoy continuing the series. Next, I have The Door Before by N.D. Wilson. It's the prequel to the 100 Cupboard series, which I don't actually own the 2nd and 3rd one, but I've read the whole series at least twice, and I've read the first book like 5 times, 100 Cupboards, but it's really good. I have no idea what this book is about other than it's a prequel, but the 100 Cupboards book follows this kid. I can't remember what his name is. Henry. His name's Henry. He's like 12, and his parents are journalists, and they travel the world, and they put him in a boarding school because they're great parents. They just leave their kid alone for months at a time. So they stick him in a boarding school, and then they travel the world and do journalist things while they get taken hostage or something in this foreign country, and Henry is moved to live with his aunt and uncle and cousins in Kentucky or Kansas or somewhere farmy like that. I don't know exactly where. But they put him in the attic, and he discovers that the attic wall has 99 cupboards in it, and they're all arranged from different sizes. They all have different doors, and some of them open, and he can see, like, through one is a post office. Through another, there's like a rock and a hill and like a little town in the distance, and each of these cupboards go to a different place. And so that's kind of what the series is about, is these magical cupboards that go to different universes and places and stuff. And it's really good. So I'm glad I got the prequel. I've never read this book, but I do plan on collecting the rest of the series to match in hardcover with this edition. So, yay. Next, I have Crazy Dangerous by Andrew Clavin. He wrote The Last Thing I Remember, which I really did like. All I know is this one's about a kid who hangs out with the wrong crowd. He hangs out with these kids who like to steal cars and break into houses and stuff. And one day he sees them picking on this girl he goes to school with, and he decides, well, someday I'm going to do something that I'm going to get in trouble for and go to jail. And they're picking on this chick, and I don't like it. So he ends up stopping them, and he loses some bad friends. But this girl keeps having these visions of like demons and stuff. That's all I know, really. But I thought it sounded pretty good. Next, I have Caraval by Stephanie Garber. I finally gave in and bought this book. I know it's very hyped and it's really well liked, and she's got a sequel Legendary. I got like a sneak peek little first couple chapters booklet thing in my Owl Crate. But I finally gave in because I got a bag from Owl Crate that is based off this book, inspired by this book. And I think I'll appreciate the bag more if I understand where it came from and what it's inspired by. So I got this. All I know is it's about two sisters and they go to this like circus thing, and it's like a game, maybe like Clue or something, and one of the sisters goes missing, and that's all I know. But it does sound interesting. Hopefully I like it. We'll see. Let's see. The next book I bought at the bookstore, this is And the Ocean Was Our Sky by Patrick Ness. It's a graphic novel. I have already read this one, and I did enjoy it. It's a retelling of Moby Dick. It's from the whale's perspective, but it's not like Moby Dick from the whale's perspective. It's a retelling. And I did enjoy it. It's a lot about how war affects communities and people and societies, and how far you're willing to go when you think you're justified and all this stuff. It was really good. It reminds me of his Chaos Walking series, especially the last book, Monsters of Men, because that's a lot about war and how it makes monsters of men. And yeah, so I do like Patrick Ness a lot. I like this book. And the next I have a series. I bought the first 3 at the bookstore and the other 5 from Book Outlet. This was my main reason to shop on Book Outlet and why I bought so many books. But it's the Bodyguard series by Chris Bradford. Ta-da! So I have the first 3 books on Kindle, and I've read them twice. And then I found out it's a much larger series with 8 books. But I couldn't get the other books on Kindle, so I decided to check. When I was at the bookstore, I saw them at the bookstore, and I was like, oh my gosh, they're here. That must mean they're on Amazon at least. And so I decided to look on Book Outlet first. Found the first 6, so I bought 7 and 8 at the bookstore. But let's see. I'll look at the last book and read them to you. It's Book 1 is Recruit, Book 2 is Hostage, Book 3 is Hijack, Book 4 is Ransom, Book 5 is Ambush, Book 6 is Survival, Book 7 is Target, and Book 8 is Traitor. So I know the first 6 books follow Connor as the main character, and then the last 2 books are prequels. They follow a different character. But this series is about this company. They hire kids to be bodyguards for people's kids, like celebrities, politicians, royalty, and stuff like that. And so the first book is about Connor protecting the president's daughter. One of them's about this really rich family who go to Africa on a safari, and he protects the 2 kids. And then another one is these twin girls who are daughters of this political figure. And I don't know about the rest of them. I do know the last 2 are about one of the characters, Charlie, in this book series. It's a prequel, and one of her... Actually, both books are about the same... are like part 1 and part 2, about a pop star she's trying to protect. And so I like this series. It reminds me of Alex Rider and Jason Bourne, and yeah, so it's really good. I like it. Man, those are the 15 books I bought myself for Christmas. I totally don't have room on my TBR shelf for all these books. Good thing 4 of them go on my red shelf. Yeah. So I made a rule for myself. I have to read 5 of my TBR books before I can buy 1 new book. So, we're going to see how it goes, and hopefully I'm successful and I will read some of my TBR books before I buy a bunch of new books that I don't have room for. Yay. Anyway, that's my book haul for December. Yeah. Yay. I'm glad I have new books. I'm glad I get to read new books, but I really just have too many books. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.